Well, welcome to the Porch 321. We are Coldwell Banker Realtors. We are friends and colleagues. I am Sylvia Four.
And I am Linda Hollington.
And I'm Sherry Darmanine.
And this week we thought we would talk about what does a title company do?
What do they do?
What do they do? So, title company makes sure that you don't have any strange liens or anything on the property. They're going to do title search and it's going to come up with an abstract. It's very intensive and it's very thorough. They are going to make sure also that a survey is ordered for your property so that you know that you don't have neighbor encroachment, you don't have any property lines or any kind of other outstanding liens on the property that you are buying.
Yeah, no surprises.
Exactly. So it's very important what they do, and after all that is said and done, they are going to present you with title insurance. And Linda?
Yes, and title insurance is a very important part of this transaction of getting a good title to the buyer, because it's very important. There's two types. One is for the buyer owner. You buy his insurance, and the other is for the lender. The lender wants their insurance too if they're providing money for the property. In most cases, the buyer does buy his own insurance. But I want to remind you to pay particular careful attention to your contract. You start with an offer, which becomes the contract once it's signed. When it's in the offer stage, there's a section on there, whether you're a buyer or a seller, you want to look at it. It's number 9. It deals with all the costs and fees that are going to be in the transaction. This is where you decide who pays what. They do make suggestions in there that seller pays this, buyer pays this, and there's a list. But those really are negotiable for the most part. Usually we look at that section, and in the standard contract, all we see is the repairs that has to be done, and sometimes we skip over this part.
Yeah.
But just pay attention to that particular part in negotiating those fees.
What number section on the...
It's number 9 in the
Number 9.
contract.
Okay, thank you.
And it's important to not only check that section, but to make sure that you are being charged the appropriate fee. And some of the title companies also often maintain the escrow account. So in addition to putting together your lien search and your owner's policy and things of that nature, they also put together the escrow account. Escrowed funds have to be maintained separately from any other funds, and your escrow funds are maintained earmarked for you and your transaction. So those monies are held in this escrow account, including your earnest money deposit, until time of closing. Then at the time of closing, the title company will then appear at the closing, will bring all the documentation necessary with them. They will go over each of the fees in the buyer and seller column. They will also at that point collect and disperse monies in order to close in addition to your signing.
Linda, how do you pick a title company?
Well, like you do most things, you would ask for recommendations. Your real estate agent knows a lot of them, so you could start there. Maybe friends, family that's recently sold, maybe they had a real good experience they want to share with you. But you just start there, then you do your research, go online, most of them are online, and they have listed their fees, their rates. They have listed what they're going to exclude and what they're going to cover. So pay attention to that, compare those, and make your decision. You can even call them and give them or visit them if you want to. They're all open to that if you have any questions.
And in some cases, your realtor can provide you with a net sheet or a buyer sheet. If you're a buyer, they can give you a approximation of cost. And if you're a seller, we can provide you with a net sheet of what you're going to make on the deal once it's done.
So, Sherry, what should a title company charge?
Well, the title company fees will vary, and it's based on the loan amount. It's based on, the size of the loan. It's based on the state in which the loan is being processed. what's important about the title insurance, however, is to know that it's a one-time fee. And the fees can run anywhere between $100 and, $300 or $400. Again, it all depends on the loan amount. It depends on what they're doing title insurance on or a title search on, whether it's vacant land or a home, that kind of thing. But it is a one-time fee. So you pay it the one time and it's not a monthly charge.
So when all is said and done, there you are, you signed away at the closing table at the title company. And what is going to happen now is that the title company takes all those documents that you signed and the seller signed, and they're going to transfer them and put them properly where they should belong, whether it's the county records or any other documentation. Everything has been notarized and all properly signed, sealed, and delivered. And that is what a brief overview of what title company does.
And we discussed between ourselves that none of us know really a bad title company in Brevard County.
Exactly.
We know of none to report to you, so you just have to make your decision on what's best for you.
They do have very high standards.
Yes.
Now, Linda, did you have a market
I
report
do have a
for us?
market report from the MLS. For the residential homes active, we have 1,162 today, and they're rising, so that's good news. And the average list price hasn't gone up. It's still at 524, which has been hanging there for a while. The days on the market are averaging 13, so some are going quicker, some are a little bit longer. The rental properties, same thing, they're up some, probably the same percentage, just don't have the high numbers. 298 we have, and they're renting, the average price is $2,177 for those rentals.
Wow.
And the days on the market are 19 for an average. So it's getting a little slight improvement. And I see more every day, more signs going up. And please, if you have any questions about today's subject that we had, or you have questions, email us at theporch321@gmail.com and give us your preference as to what you would like us, how you would like for us to answer personally, a call or whatever here. Do a little segment here, we can do that. But leave us that information. And also, if you'd be so kind to like us and maybe even follow us, that would be great.
Yep.
We would appreciate
Like and
it.
subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, we love your feedback. And that is it for us, for the
This
porch
week
for
on
this
the-
week. We'll see you next week.
And thank